He ran quickly again, this time to a shrine to which people seemed to be crowding. Every little inch of space here was congested with man, and he ran through people's legs, his little sob lingering. So he just ran to the shrine, to a temple, to the worshipping place, which was really very much crowded. There was not an inch space was there. So he just ran through people's legs or between people's leg, and still he was just repeating, lingering his sobbing, and he was just shrieking and shouting for his parents, mother, father. Near the entrance to the temple, however, the crowd became very thick. Men jostled each other. Jostle means to push each other with elbow. Heavy man with flashing, murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. So what he just noticed that really it was very crowded place, and men were just jostled. They were just pushing each other with elbows, and heavy and hefty men. They had a very red eyes or very angry eyes. The poor child struggled to thrust away between their feet, but knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. So, what happened here? The boy just struggled to thrust away between, means he was just tossing. He was just tossed by the people, okay, between their feet here and there, or by their violent movements. He might have been trampled underfoot. He might be crushed, might be trampled under their foot, had he had not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, father, mother. If he might have not shouted at his highest pitch of his voice, father or mother, then he might be crushed, he might be trampled under their feet. A man in the surging crowd heard his cry, and stooping with great difficulty lifted him up in his arms. So a man just came forward, hearing his cry, and he bent. Stooping means he bent with great difficulty, and he lifted that child in his arms. How did you get here, child? Whose baby are you? The man asked as he steered clear of the mass. Steered means here moved away. So he asked the child, Dad, how did he just came there and whose baby he was? The child wept more bitterly than ever now and only cried, I want my mother, I want my father. This time the child just started crying more bitterly, more loudly, and he just keep on repeating that he want his father, he want his mother. The man tried to soothe. Soothe means here to pacify or to calm down him by taking him to the roundabout. Will you have a ride on the horse? He gently asked as he approached the ring. The child's throat tore into a thousand sobs, and he only shouted, I want my mother, I want my father. So, to just make him calm, the man just took him to the roundabout, and he just told him, he just offered him to have a ride of the horse. But the child told that no, he just started sobbing. He just started shouting that he want his father, he want his mother. The man headed towards the space where the snake charmer still played on the flute to the swing cobra. Then, to divert his mind, the man just took him to the snake charmer. Okay? Listen to that nice music, child, he pleaded, but the child shut his ears with his fingers and shouted his double pitched strain. I want my mother, I want my father. But this time, again, the child don't want to listen. See the difference. Earlier, the boy was desperate to get so many things, sweets, balloons, gulmohar garland. He wanted to have a ride on the roundabout. He wanted to listen to the music, but now, as his parents are not there, he felt very insecure. And that's why, though the strange man was very kind and compassionate, very com- compassionate, just want he don't want to involve, he don't want all these things. I want my mother, I want my father. The man took him near the balloons, thinking the bright colors of the balloons would distract the child's attention and quieten him. Would you like a rainbow colored balloon? He persistently asked. Very gently he asked, do you want balloons? The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons and just sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. But the child didn't show any interest in any of the things. The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller sat. Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? Would you like a garland to put round your neck? The child turned his nose away from the basket and re- reiterated his sob. Reiterated means he just repeated. He just turned his nose away from the from the basket, and he repeated his sob. And again he started the same thing. I want my mother. I want my father. Thinking to humor his disconsolate, unhappy charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of the sweets shop. So, thinking to humor, to just make him happy, this unhappy boy, he just wanted to gift him something. So, took him to the counter of a sweet shop. What sweets would you like, child? He asked. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and only sobbed, I want my father, I want my mother. So again, what happened? What he told, that he don't want sweets, he don't want anything else. What he wants only his parent. So from this chapter, the story, The Lost Child, is mainly based on child psychology. A child is curious by nature. He is attracted by beautiful things. He wishes to possess everything which looks attractive. However, he takes interest in these things only when he is in company of his parents. But when he is lost, these things lose their charm for him. In this story, a child goes to a fair with his parents. He is attracted by different things we have seen right now. He wishes to buy balloons, sweets, and garlands of gulmohar. He wishes to enjoy a ride in the roundabout, but suddenly he finds that his parents are missing. Then he starts weeping. A kind man tries to console him. He offers to buy him a number of things, but the child goes on weeping. He wants his pain. So, children, parents are very valuable, very precious in our life. We can't match their love, their affection, or we can't compare them with anything else.